Hey folks, ET here, and real quick, we're going to go over live flow and more specifically the repeat flow filter. All right, so flow can be a little bit messy, and we are going to clean it up. And I'm going to show you some steps to go through how to clean that up and look for actionable plays, some things to maybe avoid and not look at, and show you how to kind of add and subtract things as you go. So right now we're at live flow. Pretty simple. You come here to our hamburger button, you click live flow, you get there, you're going to see this screen. You're just going to start getting all flow there. One thing I'll just point out here, you can change dates. You can look back, you can look forward, or not look forward, but you can choose dates in between. Obviously, you'd go back for that. You just choose one, then choose the other, scroll around. Very, very, very simple. So we're going to cancel that. No need to look at that right now. We're going to start going through the filter. So first button you're looking for is repeat flow. All right, so we click repeat flow. We're obviously going to see, if you scroll down here, just real quick, 25 pages, you see all of your indices in here. So the next thing we're going to do, indices flow can absolutely be noise, okay? It's a vehicle for hedging. There's going to be a lot of conflicting information going back and forth. So since we got that, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go non-ETF. All right, so that's thinned us out a little bit. All right, so now we're looking down. We went from 25 pages down to 13. That's a little bit better. As you can see here, though, we're starting to see some flow that is looking very, very, very in the money. Now, you can go around, you can big brain this and try to figure out what exactly they're thinking here and what's going on. But these are the things that I do not want to see. I don't want to see this big in the money flow. I don't want to pay attention to it. What I'm looking for is something that's actionable, that makes sense, that I can put some money into, that turns into a little bit more money. All right, so we're kind of moving along now. We're shrinking down. Next thing you know, we're going to click bot. We're going to see what that shrinks us down to next. Once we've got bot, look at that. We're down to 8 pages. Doing well so far. We're really getting it down now. A lot of times you can click above ask, volume over OI. When you're looking for repeat flow, you might not necessarily get as much if you click above ask, because there's not a whole lot of above ask repeat flow throughout the day. In fact, today we had only about a page of above ask flow going throughout the entire day. It was very, very, very weak. Volume over OI is one that I like to click. I also like to choose non-spreads to kind of narrow it down a little bit as well. So let's just go ahead and take a look. From there, we've now got ourselves down to 5 pages. Now, I want you to notice something that I talked about a lot of this in the money flow. AXP, Tesla, very deep in the money. DJT, very deep in the money. JD, very deep in the money. JPM, very deep in the money. So the next thing you can do is you can come up here to your bar and you can start subtracting things, right? I don't want to see the JPM flow. I already know I want to ignore it. So I'm going to click minus JPM, comma, JD is the same, minus JD, comma, minus AXP, comma, and Tesla had a bunch of deep in the money flow too. So I'm going to go ahead and subtract that too and hit enter. That's going to bring us down a little bit more. All right, now we still see some deep in the money DJT flow. So we're going to go ahead and drop that as well. But we are down to 3 pages now at this point, okay? So now that we're down to 3 pages, let's go ahead and subtract DJT and see what we can find that's somewhat. Oops, I added DJT. Hold on there. Let me hit subtract DJT. All right, so now what we're seeing is some decent repeat flow that actually has some actionable things to it. All right, ton of repeat flow for SLV for silver. All right, it's a little bit out of the money. It's not very expensive. This, to me, is an actionable play. Okay, so this is something that I am looking for within this area. Within this area. Sorry. So that is something that I'm definitely eyeing as I go along. Some of this we saw, like MU, kind of late day. We saw a put that was a little bit further out of the money. We saw one that was a little bit further in the money, right? So I might put a scratch on that since we have MU right there. What I'm looking for is same direction. Okay, same direction as all the flow is looking that way. All right, so this could be a hedge, obviously, for some things going on. But I'm looking for all green bars, all green arrows, all red arrows going up and down to kind of give me that best information that I'm seeing there. As we go along, we can see a bunch of things happen. Run was actually a very good one today. Just 3 right there, but run actually ran, pun intended, afterwards. All right, so it went up a little bit. These cons went up. They made decent money, probably 30-40%. 30-40% is amazing. MU had a ton. right early on, and it was ripping. We were doing pretty well. And I'd like to say, now look at this. We've narrowed it down to 2 pages of potential actionable information. Right? There were a bunch on Nvidia. Nvidia is one that I usually just subtract because, like Tesla, it gets a ton of crazy flow as we go along. Now, not every single one is going to be a winner, and sometimes you need to pay attention. I want you to hear me out here. Sometimes you need to pay attention to what the actual ticker is doing as it goes along instead of just buying immediately. A good example is FCX. Yesterday, I saw that flow going through. I wanted in, but I waited for a few red candles, and sure enough, it dropped down 30, 40 cents, and then I entered. ENPH caught my interest early in the day, so I went ahead and pulled the chart up. But guess what? The chart was going straight up after all of this, right? If you can see price here at 113, it got up to 118 today. So I watched that go up the whole day, the entire day, and did not buy these puts, right? Plain and simple, you need to do just a little bit. Just pull the chart up to see if it's even thinking about going the direction of this before you go ahead and jump in. That is exactly how I play it and how I do it. It's very simple, folks. I've shown you how to drill down a little bit through the filters, shown you how to check the calendar out, shown you how to get here, and then showing you how to subtract the flow that you might not even want to be looking at because it's just not actionable flow for us, or at least for me at the moment. All right, so that is all for now. Everybody stay safe out there and go get that Oprah money.